Welcome to the Octavius Gould Experience, the podcast where we unpack strategies to help leaders and business professionals thrive in their careers and lives. I'm your host, Octavius Gould, and today we're diving into a topic that's on everyone's mind as we begin 2025. How do we achieve success in a world that's more dynamic, competitive, and technology-driven than ever? Now, here's the thing. Success in 2025 won't look the same as it did even 2 or 3 years ago. But the good news, there are actionable strategies you can use to position yourself to get ahead of the game. Whether you're a leader, entrepreneur, or just starting out, today's episode will give you practical tips, relatable stories, and easy action steps. So grab your coffee or your favorite beverage and let's get into it. All right, tip number 1, commit to lifelong learning. My friends, we're living in a world where technology is moving at lightning speed. We have AI, automation, and even new software tools. Yes, keeping up with all of this can be overwhelming. But here's the key. You don't have to master everything. Instead, I recommend focusing on learning tools and trends that are directly relevant to your field. For example, if you're in marketing, tools like ChatGPT and Google Analytics are essential. If you're in operations, it's time to learn about AI-driven project management systems. If you're in sales, there are CRM tools, features, and functionality that you want to get acquainted with that will help you be even more efficient and effective. Take John, a mid-level manager who I coached. John felt stuck because he hadn't updated his skills in years. So he committed to completing one micro certification course every quarter in 2024. By the end of the year, not only did John get promoted, but he also became the go-to guy for using AI tools in his department. So here's your action step. Set aside 1 hour a week for professional development. It could be reading a book, taking a LinkedIn learning course, or even watching tutorials on YouTube. Remember, the key is consistency. Next up, let's talk about communication. I'm not just talking about emails or in-person meetings. I'm talking about digital communication. Here's the truth. Whether you're a solopreneur or part of a massive corporation, your ability to communicate effectively across virtual platforms will define your success, not just in 2025, but in the future as well. Take hybrid work as an example. Have you ever been in a virtual meeting that just felt completely unproductive? Yes, me too. The solution? It's all about clarity and presence. Let me give you a quick tip. Before every virtual meeting, outline 3 key takeaways you want participants to leave with. Also, use visuals or slides sparingly, but effectively. For example, when I give keynote speeches, facilitate meetings, or present to C-suite executives, I leverage the power of my voice. I strategically use my arms and my hands to shape my thoughts. This allows me to paint a picture, keeping the focus on me instead of the slides. When I do use visuals or PowerPoints, I'm always intentional, ensuring that there's only 5 to 10 slides, minimal verbiage, few bullets, and that the images complement the message that I am trying to convey. Your goal is to take your audience on a short trip, not a long journey. And most importantly, remember that your tone matters. Smile, fluctuate your voice, and use controlled hand gestures even if you're on a video conference to make it more engaging. For example, I coached a senior vice president who was struggling to connect with his remote team a few years ago. We worked on his delivery during virtual meetings, less monotone, more interaction, and the team's engagement skyrocketed. So here's your action tip. Audit your last few emails and virtual meetings. Ask yourself, was I clear and concise? Did I provide value? Did I encourage participation? And I recommend improving just one aspect and you'll see a tremendous difference. Tip number 3, build your personal brand. Here's a fun fact. People do business with people they trust and people they like. In 2025, that trust starts online. Whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, or even IG, or even TikTok if it stays around in the US, your personal brand can be a game changer. Think about this. If someone Googles your name, what will show up? Is it a polished profile with clear achievements or crickets? Do you have a profile photo that looks like it was taken with a disposable camera, or is it updated and clear? Let me share a quick story. An HR consultant who I coach reluctantly took my advice and started posting short LinkedIn updates about her industry insights. Nothing fancy, just a few compelling sentences a week. Within 6 months, she was invited to speak on 3 panels and gained 2 high-paying clients. Your action step for this is dedicate 30 minutes a week to your personal brand. Start small. Update your LinkedIn profile photo, but also update that headline. And one tip, look at people who are like-minded or in similar positions or industries to get some ideas as to how you can update your headline to make it catchy. Then write one thoughtful, concise post about something you learned this week. I guarantee you over time, this consistency will pay off. I've had Fortune 1000 corporations schedule meetings with me after reading my LinkedIn post. I seriously doubt that those meetings would have transpired if I self-promoted, threw up whatever I thought was cool instead of what I thought my target audience might find interesting, or if I only posted every blue moon. Tip 4 is all about networking, but not that exhausting kind where you collect 500 business cards and never follow up. This is about networking smarter, not harder. One substantial change we're seeing in 2025 is that people value authentic connections more than ever. It's not about who you know, it's about who knows you and trusts you. For example, instead of going to every single industry event, focus on attending a smaller niche gathering where you can develop deeper conversations. Or try reaching out to one person a week on LinkedIn with a personalized message instead of that copy-paste sales pitch that many people utilize on a weekly, monthly, annual basis that really gets you nowhere. Again, it's all about being authentic. For example, I had a listener tell me recently that she landed her a dream job by reconnecting with old colleagues through LinkedIn. The organization of this colleague wasn't even hiring, but her timing and genuine approach led to a position being created for her. And I can recall early in my career being consistent and genuine in my outreach to former colleagues. And there were times when I reached out to someone just trying to ascertain if there was an opportunity available. There wasn't, but we had a follow-up conversation that led to them creating one for me. So you never know what will happen. The key is putting yourself out there in a very authentic way, making sure that things are updated on your profile, and then taking the conversation and moving it forward at every stage. For some people, it may happen sooner than later, but it'll never happen if you don't start. So here's your action step. This week, try reaching out to 2 people in your network. It could be an old colleague, a mentor, or even someone you admire from afar. You want to send them a thoughtful message and just start the conversation. Last but not least, prioritize your well-being in 2025. Success isn't just about the work you do. It's about how sustainable that work is for your life. My friends, burnout is real and it's on the rise. So how you stay on top of your game without crashing is really important. It's all about one word: boundaries. And I know it's easier said than done, but let me share what worked for a few clients I coached over the past decades. I had a few of them implement a focus hour. And this was done every morning. There was no emails, no meetings, just time to work on high priority tasks. It was a game changer. And I guarantee if you implement something similar, it will be a game changer for you. Another example, a CEO who I coach now blocks off Fridays as no meeting days. This allows him to recharge and reflect. And guess what? His productivity has not suffered. In fact, it's improved. He uses that day to plan and prepare for the next week, and he goes into his weekend with clarity of purpose. Yes, here's your action item or action step. You knew it was coming. Look at your schedule and find one small way to create more balance. It may be blocking off 20 to 30 minutes to take a walk every day, or setting a hard stop for work at 6 p.m. My friends, minor changes add up. It's all about taking small steps to take corrective action to improve your efficiency and your effectiveness. And if you do so, you'll improve your overall well-being. And there you have it. 5 ways you can position yourself for success in 2025. My friends, make sure that you embrace lifelong learning, master digital communication, build a strong personal brand, network smarter, and prioritize your well-being. If you do these things, you will set yourself up for success, but more importantly, sustainable success that will carry on to 2026 and into the future. Now I want to challenge you. Which one of these steps, tips, strategies will you implement first? Just pick one. And please let me know by reaching out to me on LinkedIn, IG, or Facebook. I really appreciate hearing about how these strategies play out. And if you enjoyed this episode, please hit subscribe, like, and share this with your colleagues, and even leave a review, because it will help my podcast grow and reach more great people like yourself. Thank you for tuning in to the Octavius Gould Experience. And remember, success is a journey, not a destination. So let's keep growing together. And until next time, take care. Carpe diem.